we are on live now.
Hello, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. It's been a
Welcome
great
to the
day.
Global Virtual. Yes, welcome to the Global Virtual Summit 2025, Elizabeth. And yeah, before starting your session, I want to introduce you to our audience, Elizabeth.
Okay.
Yeah. Elizabeth is a certified health and life coach who specializes in work-life balance and transformational journeys. She holds additional certifications in Ho'oponopono, energy medicine, and vibrational healing, integrating holistic methods to support lasting personal growth. As a mother of a special needs child and a savior of life's challenges, she brings deep empathy and insight to her coaching. With a BFA in illustration, her creativity and intuition neutrally draw people to her. Elizabeth lives on a beautiful farm surrounded by animals where she continues to grow, learn, and inspire others every day. That was a truly inspiring bio, Elizabeth, and the stage is all yours. And
Okay.
will you be sharing your presentation from your end, or shall we
I
share?
will. No, I'm going to share it from my end, so hopefully it works. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to do this now, and then I will shut off my camera for just a second. I'll still have sound, so I can flip over to my slideshow, get it up there.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay?
And yes, please proceed.
Okay, thank you. So hello, everyone. It's great to be here. There's been some great speakers today. So I want to start off with a question that might make you pause for a minute. When was the last time you felt truly balanced in both work and life? When was the last time you felt truly balanced in work and life? And that's a tough one. I know. I have struggled with it myself. People used to ask me that, and I would look at them like they had three heads or something. Yeah. So as you know, my name is Elizabeth Healy, and I'm here to talk about balancing life's canvas. But first, I am going to switch my camera over real quick. You may have heard me say that earlier, so give me just a second here. I'll still have sound. And, well, you know what? I am not sure how to do it on here. Now, let's see if this works.
Yes, Elizabeth, is there any
Yes.
issue?
I don't think it's coming up.
Yeah.
Can you guys do it? You have my slides?
Yeah. Can we present from our end?
Sure. If you can put my slides up, that'd be great.
Yeah. Then please give me 2 minutes, please.
Sure. No problem. I can talk until then.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah, I can go ahead.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Okay, sure. Okay, so first I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and why this has become so important and become my life's work. In 2016, I thought I had it all figured out. I had just come off a fresh divorce, was in a new town, new beginnings with my daughter who had just been diagnosed with autism. We had been working on that for a while, so that was a big accomplishment as well. So I was determined I was going to be the perfect mom, and I would learn everything about this and help her out in any way I can, while I was also being an entrepreneur, a real estate agent, an illustrator, and a writer. I wasn't asking for much. I thought I could do it all. Does that sound familiar? So I was painting this beautiful picture of success, but I was missing the most crucial color in it: balance. On March 29th of 2019, at age 47, my body painted a different picture. I had my very first seizure. No warning, no family history. My body just had said enough. It was done. My daughter had to call 911 and watch the paramedics try to stop the seizures. And again, she was autistic, so that was a pretty big deal. It was pretty scary stuff for her. So much for being the perfect mom. So after every test imaginable, the doctors came up with one conclusion: It was due to stress. It was stress that did it. I had created my own perfect storm by believing I could and I should do it all. That day, the universe handed me a paintbrush and said, try again. That's when I discovered what I am about to share with you today. The true leadership isn't about adding more colors to your canvas until it's a muddy mess. It's about choosing the right hues, knowing when to blend, and most importantly, leaving space for the canvas to breathe. As women leaders, we're often the artists of everyone else's life while neglecting our own masterpiece. Today, we're going to explore how to create a balanced, beautiful canvas that sustains not just our success, but our souls as well. So, are you ready to transform your approach to work, well-being, and life itself? Let's do this. If we could just go to the next slide, please. Can I get the next slide up? Anybody? There we go. Okay, thank you. So let's dive deeper into this canvas metaphor because I think it's something that we can all relate to and have that picture in our heads. Think about the last time you watched an artist do their work. They don't just squeeze every color from the tube and throw it on their canvas or throw it on their palette. They choose deliberately. They blend thoughtfully, and then they step back and they assess it. But here's what we do as women leaders. We grab that brush and we just start pouring. We pour work until it dominates the entire canvas. We add layer after layer of achievement, productivity, and getting things done. And before we know it, our beautiful canvas becomes this muddy mess. I am very guilty of it, as you know now. When we pour too much of one color, we lose the vibrancy of all the other colors. Things get lost. Rest becomes a luxury we can't afford. Joy gets pushed to the edges. Connection with loved ones becomes something we'll get to later. And a lot of times that later doesn't come. And here's the kicker. That muddy brown canvas, it doesn't make us better leaders. It makes us exhausted leaders, burned out leaders, leaders who've forgotten what they're actually painting towards. Research backs this up. Studies show that chronic imbalance leads to a 67% burnout. It's burnout rate among women in leadership positions, a 67% increase in burnout among women in leadership. That's a big number. Our productivity actually decreases when we're operating from that place of overwhelm. And perhaps most importantly, we lose that sense of fulfillment that drew us to leadership in the first place. But what if I told you there's another way? What if your canvas could be vibrant, intentional, and sustainable? Can we go to the next slide, please? That brings us to, can we get the next slide up? Okay, well, hopefully it'll come up here in a second. I'm going to go ahead because that brings us to what I like to call the 3 pillars of a balanced canvas. Think of these as a foundation that holds up your masterpiece, okay? Pillar 1 is well-being, your mind and body. Pillar 2 is working with purpose, your professional fulfillment. And pillar 3 is your personal transformation, your growth. Can we get that slide up, please, so people can see those pillars by chance? Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so there you can see the 3 pillars. These aren't separate areas of your life competing for attention. They're interconnected supports that strengthen each other. So now let's explore each one. If we could go to the next slide, please. The first pillar, thank you. The first pillar is well-being. And ladies, this is where we need to get really real with ourselves, okay? How many of you said, I'll take care of myself when things calm down? I am so guilty of this because we just think we'll be fine, okay? I'll take care of it later. Ah, yes. But here's what I learned the hard way on March 29th in 2019. Our bodies are keeping score. They're tracking every skipped meal, every shortened night of sleep, and every time we say yes when we should be saying no. Well-being isn't selfish, it's strategic. It's the foundation that makes everything possible. So what are some daily practices of transformation? Okay, first let's talk about breath work. And I know you're thinking, I don't have time for fancy breathing exercises. Me neither, okay? But what if I told you that 3 deep breaths before every meeting could change your entire day, before every situation you have come up, just whenever you need it, just 3 deep breaths first. Okay, so now we're going to do a little exercise to demonstrate this. And I want you to try this with me right now. So just be comfortable in your chair, wherever you're sitting, kind of sit up a little bit so you can open your chest up, take a little breath real quick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, and I will count this out for you. We're going to inhale for 4 counts, hold it for 4 counts, and then exhale for 6 counts. Okay, are you ready? So now let's try this together. Okay, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale one more time, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just take another breath. Open your eyes if you had them closed. Now, how do you feel? Feel a little bit more relaxed? That's your nervous system saying thank you. Now let's talk about some movement. Movement doesn't have to mean hours at the gym, okay? It can be dancing to your favorite song, while you're making coffee or loading the dishwasher. Take the long way to your car. Go for a walk when you're on your phone, or stand up or get up and move around. Your body craves movement, not perfection. So next I want to talk about boundaries. This is a big one, isn't it? Boundaries are not walls. They're the framework around your canvas. They define where your masterpiece begins and ends. Practice saying this. Okay, next time somebody asks you to do something, practice this. Let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you. That's it. Let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you. That simple phrase can change everything. Now I want to tell you about micro habits for resilience. Here's something I want you to try this week. I call it the reset ritual. Every time you transition between tasks, place your hand on your heart and use this ancient Hawaiian Ho'oponopono prayer. You ready? It's really simple. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. It sounds simple, but it's profound. I love you. You're loving yourself through the transition. I'm sorry. You're acknowledging any stress that you've created. Please forgive me. You're forgiving yourself for not being perfect. Thank you. You're expressing gratitude for your strength. These aren't just feel-good practices. They're leadership tools. When you operate from a place of well-being, you make better decisions. You communicate more clearly and inspire others through your presence, not just your productivity. Can we have the next slide, please? We'll talk about the second pillar, working with purpose. Okay, hopefully that slide will come up in a second. There we go. Thank you. Here's a question I want you to consider. Are you working hard or are you working aligned? There's a difference, and it matters more than you might think. Aligning work with values is very important. When I was juggling real estate, illustration, writing, and entrepreneurship, and being a mom, I thought I was being strategic. I thought I could just put it all together and just make it integrate and all work together beautifully. Really, I was being scattered. I was working hard, but I was not working aligned. Not at all. So now take a moment to think about your core values. What matters most to you? Is it creativity, impact, connection, security? Now think about your current work. How aligned are they? When your work aligns with your values, it stops feeling like something you have to do and starts feeling like something you get to do. That shift changes everything. So reframing our productivity, it's quality versus quantity, right? We've been taught that productivity means doing more, doing it faster, just get it all done, do, right? But what if productivity actually meant doing the right things well? I want to introduce you to what I call the intentional impact. It's asking yourself 3 questions before taking on any new commitments. Does this align with my values? Does this move me towards my goals? Am I the best person to do this? If the answer to any of these is no, you have permission to say no. It's okay. Here's the truth about burnout. It's not caused by working too hard. It's caused by working without purpose, without boundaries, and without recovery. High performers understand something that busy people don't. Okay, rest is productivity. Strategic recovery actually enhances your performance. So now try this. Instead of working longer, work in cycles. Okay, 90 minutes of focus work, 20 with a 20-minute break. Now, it doesn't even have to be 90-20. Do what works for you. Maybe it's 60 minutes of work, 15-minute breaks. However you want to do it. 20 minutes of work, 5-minute breaks. I know some people do that. Your brain operates in natural rhythms. And when you honor those rhythms, you get more done with less effort. Makes a lot of sense, right? So now let's move on to pillar 3. If we could go to the next slide, please. That'll be coming up in a second here. So thank you. The 3rd pillar is personal transformation. And this one might be the most important because it addresses what's happening beneath the surface. We need to understand our internal blocks. Let's get honest about the voices in our heads, okay? And you know the ones I'm talking about. If you don't do it yourself, it won't be done right. There's our perfectionism. Everyone else's needs come before mine. Well, there you go. There's our people pleasing. And I should be able to handle this. One of my personal favorites. I should be able to handle this. There's your self-doubt disguised as strength. These internal blocks aren't character flaws. They're outdated programming that did once serve us, but now it limits us. So some tools for self-reflection and growth. Journaling. I'm sure you've all heard of journaling. Okay, journaling's not just writing though. It's thinking on paper. Try this prompt. Here's one for you to try. What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? And you're the only ones ever going to see this. So let it all out there, and you might be surprised at the answers you come up with. Mindfulness doesn't require meditation retreats. Okay, you don't have to have 20, 30, 45 minutes to meditate. That breathing that we did, there's a form of meditation. You know, you can do meditation in seconds when you need to. It's just taking a breath, taking a beat, and have your moment. It's simply becoming aware of your thoughts and choosing which ones deserve your attention. Coaching. Coaching is another one, whether it's formal or informal, and it's really important that you find the right coach for you because that makes a huge difference. Coaching gives you the mirror you need to see your blind spots, but also see your brilliance. Reclaiming your identity beyond your job title. Here's something I learned during my own transformation. You're not your job. You're not your productivity, and you're not your achievements. You are a whole, complex, amazing human being who happens to be doing meaningful work. And when you remember that, everything changes. Your work becomes an expression of who you are, not a definition of your work. Can we go to the next slide, please? Now, I want to give you something practical that you can use immediately, and it should be coming up here on the next slide so you can see it. It's called the Life Balance Map. Here we go, thank you. You can also find this on the website too. So Life Balance Bridges website, I'll give you that information at the end here. So look at this wheel. It represents the 8 key areas in life: your work and career, health and fitness, relationships and family, your personal growth, fun and recreation, reset and recovery, contribution, services, and financial wellness. Okay, now we're going to take a minute. I want you to just, and you can, if you want to draw a little circle, or you can just visualize it as you're looking at the wheel, and put a dot in each section with on a scale, and think of it as a scale from 1 to 10. Okay, 1 being all the way in, your lowest, and towards the middle, and 10 being out the furthest. Okay, doing your best at. So put dots in each section. Now I want you to visualize a line connecting all the dots together. Now, what does your circle look like? Is it this beautiful, perfectly round circle, or does your circle have a flat tire, or maybe there's spikes sticking out all over, right? When you're looking at your wheel, I want you to notice something. The areas where you scored the lowest are probably the ones you've been telling yourself that you'll get to later. But sometimes later never comes, right? So yeah, I am guilty of that too. So now I want you, before you end your day today, choose one area that you've been neglecting, and just one. That's really important. You don't want to overdo this, okay? So you're just going to choose one area that you've been neglecting. Now, what's one small action? Again, just one small action you could take this week to add a little more color to that part of your canvas. Okay, something to think about. Maybe it's scheduling a 15-minute walk. Maybe it's texting a friend you haven't talked to in months. Maybe it's saying no to one commitment that doesn't serve you. Small actions create big transformations when they're done consistently. So small actions create big transitions when they're done consistently. We'll go ahead and go to the next slide, please. Thank you. Now, as we wrap this up today, I want to leave you with this truth. You are the artist of your own canvas. Every day you pick up that brush. Every day you choose your brush strokes. Every boundary you set, every moment of rest you take, every aligned action you choose, they're all creating your masterpiece. Balance isn't something you find. It's something you create, one intentional choice at a time. If you'd like to go deeper, okay, into creating your balanced canvas, I am offering free 45-minute discovery sessions to explore what's possible for your life and leadership. You can find that on my website. It is the Wonderland Market /lifebalancebridges.com. I do have it under my daughter's website to help support her and all that she's doing with her work right now. So it's really easy to get to. And when you come up on that homepage, just scroll to the bottom. There's a form right there you can fill out, and I will get back to you within 24 hours. If you do schedule one, I do also have some free gifts for you that you'll get when we schedule our session. Most importantly, though, I want you to remember this. Your canvas is yours to create. Make it beautiful. Make it sustainable. Make it authentically yours. And I just have one final thought about this. The goal isn't to paint a perfect picture. The goal is to paint your picture with all the colors that make you who you are. That's what makes you all incredible leaders. Now go create your masterpiece. So, and I'll also let you know before I go, and I think I have a few minutes left here. So there is a book coming out that I do have a book coming out called Unfolding Wings. That should be out any day now, and the information will be available for that on my website as well. Excuse me. If you have any questions about today or about anything, you can also email me those. My email is up on the screen. It's Elizabeth, spelled with an S, at lifebalancebridges.net. And again, you can reach me on the website as well.
Yes, Elizabeth, thank you so much for your valuable time. And
Thank you.
that was a great presentation. And we have a few questions from our audience, Elizabeth. I want to ask you one of them.
Okay.
Why is it essential to balance professional responsibilities with personal well-being?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Why is it essential to balance professional responsibilities with personal well-being?
I still didn't get it. I apologize.
Yeah.
Why? Say it one more time.
Yes. Why is it essential to balance professional responsibilities with personal well-being?
Great question. Why is it so important to balance those? Short, saying it in short, that's how you're your best self. Okay. Just like when you're on an airplane and you have to put your mask on first, if you don't have the balance and you are not grounded and able to take care of yourself, you might be able to pull it off for a little while, but you'll crash and burn. You are number one. And that's not, like I said, that's not being selfish. That's actually giving and being a great example and role model for others.
Thank you for your answer. And we have many more questions from our audience. We will post it to your email.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your valuable
Absolutely.
time.
And, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but feel free to email me. I'm more than happy to answer the questions. Like I said, I'll get back to you as soon as I can, more than likely within 24 hours. And that is Elizabeth at lifebalancebridges.net. So that makes it easier to answer your questions.
Yeah, we will directly post to your email shortly.
Thank you. I appreciate you, and I hope everyone has a wonderful time and all the great information this weekend.
Yeah, yes, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Take me off.